Thrown items have been a staple for decades in the world of gaming. While early versions were almost always some form of limited item that required a lot of management, they now come in many shapes and forms. Starfield has some old familiars as well as some new ideas, and there are plenty to choose from when you're gallivanting around the galaxy. Here are the 10 best throwables in Starfield. Number 10. Frag Grenade. The traditional style fragmentation grenade has been a staple in most FPS games and beyond. This grenade will let you lob it where you want it, and after a short delay will explode and deal damage to an area of effect. This throwable item has a value of 350 and deals out 101 physical damage. Value and damage for throwables can seem odd, to say the least, as some options with the exact same damage can outperform more expensive ones in certain situations. Number 9. Fragmentation Mine. This is very similar to the previous Frag Grenade entry, but with an added benefit. While the Frag Grenade will explode after a delay, this mine will wait until at least one enemy is close enough to trigger it. This means less waste and a second chance to deal with its damage. It has a value of 415 and 101 physical damage. It's worth noting that many throwables will be used differently, and it's worth knowing how to use each one. Number 8. Shrapnel Grenade. Shrapnel grenades are arguably better than the next entry on this list, however the circumstances to achieve its optimal performance are less likely to align, putting it just under impact grenades. The shrapnel grenade might seem worse than a frag grenade since it only has a physical damage of 51, but when it does explode, it sprays out shrapnel within its area of effect, making it much more dangerous, especially when used in confined spaces. Number 7. Impact Grenade. Impact grenades are very similar to frag grenades. They both have 101 physical damage and explode to deal damage in an area of effect. The impact grenade is more expensive due to exploding upon impact, giving enemies no time to move out of the blast radius. This weapon is useful for just about any situation. Impact grenades have a value of 450, rivaling shrapnel grenades. Number 6. Inferno Mine. Inferno mines are a great way to deal with enemies that you want to affect with fire. While the physical damage it inflicts is only at 1, it also deals 35 energy damage. As its name suggests, the Inferno Mine is all about fire. This means you will want to use it in situations where you will want to burn your enemies by setting the surroundings on fire. There are many different conditions and different enemy types in the game, so knowing which throwable items to use can help you take down groups of enemies much more efficiently. Inferno mines are the cheapest mine with a value of 510. Number 5. Particle Grenade. The Particle Grenade and the Incendiary Grenade are your best bet at dealing energy damage with a lobbed grenade. However, the Particle Grenade is just an overall better option by not having to worry about which type of energy weapon you wish to use. In a flash of green light and a visual shockwave, you will send enemies' lifeless bodies flying away. This grenade has a value of 575 and an energy damage of 101. Number 4. Cryomine. Unlike Inferno mines which set the ground on fire, the Cryomine will release a large cloud of sub-zero mist that will inflict frostbite on those lingering in it. This will affect you if you're too close, so be sure not to be within the effective range of your mines after placing them. Use them in areas you feel enemies will be moving into. The Cryomine has the same physical and energy damage as the Inferno Mine, but has a much higher value at 575. Number 3. Toxic Gas Mine. The Toxic Gas Mine will fill the immediate area with a poisonous green mist. Not only will this deal damage to enemies, but unlike the Cryomine, your view will be completely unhindered. This lets you accurately target and hit enemies while they're in the mist for a higher total amount of damage output. This can let you place it directly under where you will be aiming and act as a cue to when to start shooting to ensure your shots connect with your target the moment the mine activates. This mine has a value of 575 and 20 energy damage. Number 2. Stun Mine. The Stun Mine just manages to push ahead of the Toxic Gas Mine because of the potential for dealing more damage based on the weapon the player has. The Toxic Gas Mine deals a finite amount of damage, while the Stun Mine will deal 58 EM damage and allow the player to unload everything they have at their vulnerable target. After the initial explosion, the mine will release a spray of grey smoke. Just like the Toxic Gas Mine, the smoke lets you keep a visual on your target. This mine has a value of 605. Number 1. Tesla Pylon. The most expensive of all the thrown items is the Tesla Pylon, coming in at a value of 675. Drop it down like any mine and wait for an unsuspecting enemy to set it off. This will release discharge after discharge of 20 energy damage for almost 10 seconds. All the while, you can unload extra damage from your guns. The damage from one Tesla Pylon can trigger others, so having multiple in close succession can subject enemies to very high amounts of damage over time in a single area. And that is the list. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, go on down below and hit the like and subscribe buttons and give the bell icon a tap so you're notified whenever we've got new videos for you to watch. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.